Hello everybody, thanks for watching Giraffe Sports. My name is Cole Martins. Today we are going to be talking about WWE RAW this week. As right now we are 3 weeks away from SummerSlam. And last week on Raw, Triple H announced who will be facing John Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And it was no other than the Beast himself, Brock Lesnar. Yes, Brock Lesnar is coming back after his last match, which we all remember at WrestleMania, where somebody finally took down The Undertaker, making him 21-1 at WrestleMania. And now he's coming back this SummerSlam to try to take the World Heavyweight Championship away from John Cena. And John Cena started out Raw by coming out after last week hearing the news and talking about what Brock Lesnar and his manager Paul Heyman had to say, and Cena was not pleased with what they had to say, as pretty much they told him that he's going to get the beating of his lifetime. He's going to wish he never stepped foot in that ring. And Cena admitted that yes, he is going to the beating of the lifetime. He knows that personally. It's Brock Lesnar. He's a big, powerful guy. And he is an animal who you cannot control. But John Cena said no matter what, he can beat the crap out of me as much as he wants. I am going to give it my all, and I will not die. I will have to die for him to beat me in that match. Then Paul Heyman came out and pretty much repeated everything he said a couple weeks ago, saying, John, you might be able to say you can beat him, but you cannot beat Brock Lesnar. Again, he starts mentioning that he beats The Undertaker like he does every other time, and pretty much tells him that there's no way that you're going to beat my client Brock Lesnar. He is a beast. He is going to be out of control on you. You're going to wish you never were in this ring. He's going to make sure he sends you to the hospital when you are done with this. Then those two started bickering back and forth, and then Cesaro, if you're not watched last week as well, he left Paul Heyman to join the Authority, and he came out to actually protect Paul Heyman during this little confrontation between Cena and Paul Heyman, and pretty much came out there as a friend to help him, and pretty much told John Cena that he was worth this, and he didn't know how to wrestle. And John Cena hearing this, he gets really furious, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the most furious I've seen him in a long time, ever since the Brie Wyatt kind of conflict between him. And he actually challenged Cesaro to a match, and you gotta love the match. It's power versus power. John Cena versus Cesaro was a very good match, as you got to see some moves that impressed you, as John Cena did some power bombs and some other moves that were very impressive. And Cesaro, we got to see some of his signature moves, where his suplex from outside the ring back inside. Gotta love that move. Shows his pure power on that one. Cesaro swing, which everybody loves to see, no matter what. Got John Cena on that one, and it was a very, very great match to watch. And at the end of it, John Cena got to pull out a very high-tech attitude adjustment, as he went onto the top rope, picked Cesaro up, and threw him off the top rope doing the attitude adjustment, throwing him into the middle of the ring, and John Cena got the cover and got the win, proving that to Cesaro that he is a great wrestler. And now we'll head to our next event of the night, which Paige came out to pretty much apologize to AJ Lee for what happened last week. As if you did not watch, Paige and AJ Lee were on tag team action with each other, and they did win the match. And while they were celebrating in the middle of the ring, Paige lost it completely, attacked AJ Lee, and pretty much destroyed her, as she threw her into the steel steps twice, then threw it over the announce table, saying that this is her house. And Paige came out to apologize, saying that she was young, she was naive, and she didn't know what she was thinking. Then AJ Lee came out and told her that it's not that, pretty much she told her she was lying. She knew she was lying the entire time. She's like, if you're gonna really confront me, come and confront me right now. And Paige is saying, we're still friends. I'm sorry, can we still be friends? AJ Lee Paige wanted to put her hand out for a handshake. AJ Lee just pretty much lost it and attacked her, because Paige actually called AJ Lee crazy because she didn't want to be her friend. And all of a sudden AJ Lee lost it and started attacking her and beating her up. Now, as then Paige escaped and just kept on yelling, I thought we were friends, or I thought we were friends. So I believe this is going to be one of the matches coming to SummerSlam, as these two are going to keep the rivalry going a little bit for the Divas Championship, but we'll have to see later on in these next coming weeks on Raw. Then we have our next little thing going on, as last week we seen Stephanie McMahon slap Brie Bella across the face, and then we got to see Stephanie McMahon get arrested and taken to jail. This week she had a lawsuit on her from Brie Bella, so authority came out as Stephanie McMahon tried to apologize to Brie Bella and tell her to come out to the ring, but instead we got a little special surprise. We got to see Y2J Chris Jericho come out and pretty much talk about how funny it was that Stephanie McMahon went to jail. He got the crowd to start singing Bad Boys. Gotta love that. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come for you? Gotta love it, man. And then he also got the popular word out on Twitter, which was number one for a while on Twitter, Jailbird. And the authority not being happy with that put Chris Jericho in a match with Seth Rollins later on the night. As soon as he says that, Seth Rollins came out with the Money in the Bank briefcase and hit Chris Jericho from behind. And that match was on later on tonight. But we head to the next match now, as you had to see Dolph Ziggler and the Usos take on The Miz and Ryback and Axel. And a very good match there, as Ziggler and Miz in a little bit of argument right now. If you not watch Battleground at all, because Ziggler actually looked like he won the Battle Royal as he eliminated the last guy, but the Miz was sitting outside the ring in the Battle Royal, who did not get eliminated, came back into the ring and tossed Dolph Ziggler over the top ropes to win the Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal to make him the Intercontinental Champion. So Ziggler trying to prove a point that he deserves that championship and deserves a shot at SummerSlam for that championship. And the Usos in a little bit of a thing going on with Ryback and Axel for a tag team title kind of collision right there. As a very good match here, you got to see Ziggler, who was very furious at Miz, just go crazy on all three of those guys. And the Usos, gotta love them. Their flying abilities, they had a lot of flying acrobatic moves going on. At the end, Ziggler hit the zigzag on Ryback and got the win for the Usos and Dolph Ziggler, proving once again that he deserves that shot for the Intercontinental Championship, which I think we will see at SummerSlam in 3 weeks. Then we get to our next match, which is a little bit of an undercard match here, as R-Truth took on Bo Dallas. So R-Truth was sitting in the ring. Bo Dallas came in. He had a little bit of wanted to talk a little bit before the match, as he was talking about R-Truth's career so far, and that he has more losses than wins, and saying how he was Mr. Perfect. He was 18-0 at that point. Then, as soon as the match began, those two went at it. Bo Dallas tried doing a little move, but R-Truth surprised them, got the pin on him, and he got the 1, the 2, and surprisingly the 3. R-Truth finally ends Bo Dallas' undefeated streak, as Bo Dallas is now 18-1. That's right, he is 18-1. There's no perfect for Bo Dallas anymore. And after the match, Bo Dallas wanted to act like he was going to go congratulate R-Truth, but of course he did not. He lost it completely and flipped out and attacked R-Truth. And then after he was finished attacking R-Truth, he went back to his happy, believe self and got left the ring. Then after that, we had a little bit of a talk between Zeb Coulter and Swagger, and as they were talking about Rusev and Lana, as those two started going at it, another confronted each other and yelling at each other again, and Rusev and Swagger went at it again, and Swagger once again got Rusev in the Patriot Lock, making him scramble out of the ring. As again, I believe this in a couple of weeks we'll see these two go at it again like they did at Battleground. And then we head to our next match, as we had Adam Rose taking on Sandow. As if you watched Sandow these last couple of months, he's came out in a weird costume of some sort representing the city he's in. This week he was an astronaut. Yeah, he was an astronaut, saying how pretty much we're useless, the crowd was useless and they suck and all that. Then Adam Rose came out, pretty much told him he was a sour lemon, and he's become a rosebud. And then the match went on between those two, and it lasted about 15 seconds until the party Adam Rose hit the party foul on Sandow and won the match. And then we head to our next match, which was Roman Reigns versus Kane. And while Roman Reigns was actually coming out to the ring, Randy Orton, who was upset about last week, as Randy Orton was actually first named the number one contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship before he was attacked by Roman Reigns out of the ring. And he lost his opportunity as Brock Lesnar came out and talked to Triple H about it, and he got the chance for that. So Randy Orton very upset at Roman Reigns about that. He attacked Roman Reigns while he was coming to the ring from the crowd. And these two brawled in the crowd for a little bit, then finally went back in the ring. As Roman Reigns was taking care of Orton at the end as he got the Superman punch in, but Kane, who was still standing there, grabbed Roman Reigns by the neck and gave him a choke slam and put him down. Kane, who has not had a good friendship as of right now with Randy Orton, for some reason decided that he was going to help Orton in this point, and he got out of the ring, left pretty much damaged Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring. Orton took advantage of this opportunity, pretty much completely beat him up as he threw him into the steps quite a few times. And then finally, to end it all, he RKO'd him twice on the table. First time not breaking it, but the second time he did. And kept on telling him, "Do not mess with me. You do not mess with my authority. I am the big man in this business," and that he screwed him up from his chance for the championship. So I can see now this match coming on in the SummerSlam, these two in some sort of stipulation match, either a no disqualification match of some sort, but that'll be an exciting match to see coming up here in the future. And then we'll head to the Chris Jericho vs. Seth Rollins match. A very good match there, as both these guys have some high-flying moves. As Chris Jericho, love to see him back. It's exciting to see him back. As those two went in it for a while, but then once Chris Jericho hit the code breaker, the lights turned off, and Mr. Wyatt decided to show himself again. Bray Wyatt and the entire Wyatt family came out, and once again they demolished Chris Jericho, beat him into a pulp once again. And again, I can tell right now this rivalry is going to keep going here, and that'll probably be our other match here at SummerSlam, Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. Actually, they did announce that after this happened that it was going to be a match coming into SummerSlam. I'm waiting for some sort of certain match coming in this one, like a last man standing match or something that has to leave one man standing. So, but to see if that turns into something later on these next couple weeks. Then we have our final thing of the night, as Brie Bella finally confronts Stephanie McMahon, as those two both meet up in the ring. As those two had a nice little conversation. Stephanie McMahon asked her, "What can I do to get this all this charges off me?" Brie Bella gave her told her three things. One was to get her job back in the WWE. Second one was to leave her sister alone, make sure she didn't get hurt anymore. And the third one was to have a match with Stephanie McMahon at SummerSlam. Stephanie McMahon, all sad, as we haven't seen her in the ring in about 10 years in a wrestling match, because she was scared that possibly knew that she could not compete with Brie Bella. Finally, she accepted Brie Bella's challenge. As Brie Bella was getting out of the ring, she called Brie Bella, tried talking to Brie Bella, but all of a sudden, she slaps Brie Bella and tells Brie Bella while she's on the ground outside the ring, "I'm going to make you my bitch at SummerSlam." Brie Bella hearing this flips out, and we have a huge brawl in the middle of the ring between those two girls. They had to bring like 8 security guards out. And I am really looking forward to that match at SummerSlam, Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon. It's going to be very entertaining for some reason. I feel like it's going to be a very, very, very interesting match, as we get to see these two women brawl it out. Well, that is it for this week on Monday Night Raw. I'd like to hear what you guys got to say about Monday Night Raw. What match was your favorite? What matches can you possibly see coming into SummerSlam? What match you may be looking forward to at SummerSlam, and what do you think about the John Cena Brock Lesnar situation right now? If you could please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be awesome. You can also follow me on Twitter at NewsGiraffe, where I can get you the latest news in the WWE and also in other sports like NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. I'll try to update that I update as much as I possibly can. And that is it for this video, so I thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a great day.